I've known Winston for 20 years. Recording?
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Oh, okay. What up, Winston? Listen, we did not forget you, definitely. You've been part of Inshallah before I even came there. And I remember the very first time that you stepped in that room, we were doing like a little session. It had to be maybe at my second or third practice or whatever. I don't know what it was. I heard these different voices. I'm like, Stan, I know Stan's voice, Renald's voice. I hear this dude with this little, you had like this little, a different tone. Now, when I first heard you, I had a different kind of impression though. Cause he was talking about, I was singing in the choir today, so my voice. So I thought he was gonna have some Casey kind of, cause the way how he was singing, it was like he had that kind of raspy thing to him.
Eddie Kane.
That thing to him.
Yeah.
Me and Winston, early on in that first year, I think I chilled with Winston more than I chilled with any of y'all. And it was funny how like that happened. And then me, him, Shorty 240.
Shorty 240.
And I told him this.
Is it Asian?
Oh, is it Shorty 140?
I introduced you. I introduced you.
Shorty 240.
I introduced you.
She the one came and she played. Yeah. We went to the Yankee game, of course. You already know. That was cool. We went out to Coney Island after that. We was sitting out in the life. What's that? The lifesaver, the lifeguard's chair. With 240 in the dark, and just overlooking the. We was just talking. We was just chill. We just had like a good vibe. There's a couple of times we went different places. Winston is just like he comes from you guys. Like it's this longevity. He might disappear once in a while. He'll fall off the face of the earth. He's like a comet. He's back. He's like, what? Winston's back. He's always just like back and forth, but he's always there. You know he's gonna be there. He might have his little times.
He's like Dennis Rodman.
Well, Winston is a real chill dude. He's just like he's one of the brothers. You guys knew him pretty long, but I know him for 2 decades too. It's insane. But Winston, just another extension of you guys, and you guys are like brothers. I'm the latest one coming into the fold. Y'all guys had like your little, you guys were already had some groups before me, and in some aspects I still kind of feel like I know you guys, but I still feel like the one that's like the outsider that came in a little later.
Right.
But you guys. I'm glad I met you dudes, man. And Winston, I'm glad I met you. I'm just like, it's almost like a blanket statement now. Again, comparing you guys to the other groups. I'm chilling. We here 20 years later,
yes,
dedicating a time about a moment in time that we had on that show, and we made it happen. And because we made it happen this time, we're gonna make it happen again. And Winston, you're gonna be there. I know you wanted to be here.
Sure.
It was short notice for you, and nature of your job, they wanted you to be in the spot. So don't worry about it. You're here in spirit, but next time you're gonna be here in person, and we're gonna have a good time, man. So I just want to say that to you, man.
No
We didn't forget about you.
No doubt, man.
I actually want to go next.
Alright.
You know why? Because he talks about like him being the outsider, and I feel like I'm like that outsider too, that met you, Winston, and I wished you were here today. Because when he was one of the latecomers into the groups too. You were one of the latecomers into the group when I already had other groups with Sal and Renal and Andrew. And then when I was introduced to you, I just know you remember, I had my good days. I had some hills to climb. I had some weary days and some sleepless night. But when I looked around and think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days. I won't complain. You know that jam? We sang that song together in the train station. We were loud. We sang
Oh yes.
all night, but we gelled.
Yes.
And but we never sat on stage together. We never had that opportunity to be on stage because sometimes you just never showed up. But I truly believe, though, Brother Winston, that if you and I were on stage together, we would have killed it. We would have killed it because your voice was the necessary tone that would have been that spark, that rasp that we needed, that soul that we needed. You were that missing link. And I wish we would have saw more of you and what you brought to the table more so on it, because I truly believe you and I, our voices together, would have worked out extremely well, and you know that.
Let me go to Jules. Good, Jules.
Winston, we go back, we're in high school, man. I remember when I first heard that guy, man, I forgot the song he was singing. And he was so high, I mean, it was like echoing. I think he was I don't know if he was in the room or in the hallway, but I just remember him when I heard him, I was like, man, who is that dude? I think Sal, of course, is the one that introduced me to Winston, but I mean, yeah, I just thought he had an amazing voice. He had a raspy voice, and he had talent. Just enjoying his presence, just hanging out, and he was the one that he was like a Stanley somewhat, where he was always loud. He was always a live one, always talking about basketball, and but yeah, I really do, man. Mr. Dude, it's been so many years that we haven't seen him, and we miss you, man. We miss hanging out and singing. It wasn't the same without you. I wanted you to be in a part of the group, but a lot of time you wasn't there, and you just didn't want to. But I really, I appreciate you, man, and thank you for everything that you've done for us. And helping me to get into security. I remember him telling me about security. I wanted to do the school security guard. I forgot what school safety. He was the one that told me about that, school safety. I didn't get into it. I think something I was supposed to do, but I didn't do what he told me. But yeah, I appreciate everything, and hope everything is working out for you, bro. And hopefully we see you sometime this summer, or whenever. But appreciate it, man. Peace.
Dope. All right.
Winston, oh my goodness. I mean, everybody already knows how he and I met in Franklin K. Lane, of course. I'm not sure if he either heard about me or maybe heard me singing at some point. And much like, I guess maybe this is the tradition of Franklin K. Lane, how Andrew wanted to battle Desmond. Winston said, I want to battle him. He wanted to battle Ronald. So we battled, whatever that means. And
Who won the battle?
Oh, Winston knows the outcome.
I think Winston is saying to you right now, Renald Fréquent.
Oh, man. I'm just saying, I know what happened, and you know what happened, Winston.
But you know who? Do you know what? Do you know who? That's between me and you.
Yeah, but that actually sparked a friendship and mutual respect, to the point that Winston became like a brother to me, because he lived with us. Yeah. He lived with us for a little bit. He was like literally just like one of the brothers. Me, Mikey, Winston. Like in the same room, playing video games nonstop. Going to school, coming back home. It was like that for a minute. And Winston was as unique as his voice was unique. Because I mean, I've never, prior to meeting Winston, I never heard a voice like his. nor have I heard a voice like his since, because he's one of those guys he's got that deep bass. He can, and then out of nowhere,
Yes.
and I'm like, it's crazy. How you go from to
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, this guy's range is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he definitely brought a unique texture to the group.
Yes.
I mean, I was in the other groups with Winston as well.